Test. Okay, it works. Test 1, 2, 3. Okay, it seems to be working. So yeah, let's start. And firstly, I would like to mention that this build is for my parents. And hello, Willy. Yeah, indeed, I was a little bit thirsty, but I'm not a baby, Like, I guess you can hear it in my voice, But yeah, so, and hello, Joker. Yeah, I'm building a new PC, but this is not for me. This is for my parents. Okay, so let me start with the main component, which is the motherboard, okay? So I just received this shit today. So it's a B450, nothing special, Yeah, I'm still alive, I haven't died. No, look, I have a Aldi screwdriver, you see? Sadly, I'm not sponsored by Aldi, this was like 10 euros or some shit, like you have different bits and the other are in its S, Like you have here, Phillips 2, flat thumb value, Torx value, blah, what is it? This is Torx 20, then this is Torx 10, I think, or 15. But we're gonna need Phillips 1, or actually it's Phillips 0. So yeah. And hello Darren, what did you wrote that you removed? And by the way, Darren, I confirmed to your headmaster that I will be, not headmaster, but like to your class teacher, or what's the expression in English? I can't remember. Basically, I confirmed to Stoyan that I will be joining. Okay, so let's open this shit first. Okay, so for the CPU, here you always get, like this is a disk. Like who cares? Throw that away. Here you have manuals, which is something useful, so I'm gonna put that to the side. The I/O shields, you don't want to lose that. I'm gonna need this when I will be installing the physically thing into the PC, or rather the case. Here we have a SATA connector. And here we have the M2 screw, which we're gonna need for this bad boy. Nothing special, And blah blah. So the one issue we will have at first is to figure out if the motherboard supports Ryzen 5000 or not. And here it says that it is revision for... Come on, wait, let it zoom. I don't know if you can see it. Like here, or rather also here it says that it's revision 4. And I'm not sure which version of the BIOS it has. Because if it doesn't have a later version, I will have to install it with an older CPU and update the BIOS. And I guess we will start by... Well, we can install the memory, because the memory doesn't really matter. This is really a budget board, as you can see, nothing fancy, we have 2 RAM slots, the CPU socket, no heatsink, but this is fine for their use because they are not demanding users, So let me install the memory first, okay? So here is the one little screw that I have. So why, this is a good question, Joker. The answer... Like, there are 2 answers. The biggest one is because their current PC is 10 years old. And it's really slow. And, like, running a 10-year-old piece of stuff, it's not optimal, They just have... Yeah, this is a little bit reflective, but it's not too bad. I don't think you'll be able to see my face. Also, if you did... it's very bad reflective, So yeah, as I said, their PC is very old, and I have an 8-core CPU that's laying around, And the issue with that PC, not PC, sorry, with that processor is that it doesn't work alongside graphics card. And I need to have a graphics card, while for them, they don't need a graphics card, you know? So that's why I'm doing this, and also I will be able to use my old PC for... Oh, actually, look, we got a screw also inside here, which is very nice. Hopefully it won't be a face reveal, you know? Okay, let me open this shit. So the screw is there. Let's put the screw back. Always skip all the packaging until you're sure that the stuff is working, because otherwise good luck trying to RMA that, you know, like to get your money back or get a replacement. And here I have the actual screw that I'm gonna need. So yeah, as said, I have an 8-core CPU that's doing jack shit, you know, Joker, and like that's like more than 2 times an upgrade for them, you know, just in the amount of cores. Not to talk about RAM, they will go from 12 gigabytes, no, they will just go to 16 gigabytes because, you know, that's what I got, but it's still enough, you know, 16 gigabytes of RAM for everyday use, you know, it's more than fine. So here I stick this shit in, and now when I push down, you can see it lines up nicely. So now I will put the screw on top of the screwdriver, and the fuck falls down. Thank you, screw. Wait, I'm trying to find if it has mentioned anywhere here the version it has on the BIOS. Nope, it doesn't. I'm just gonna screw that in. And this is securely screwed in place, you know? It doesn't go anywhere. Something else we could do is also install the RAM. So now it would, like, since we have just one stick, it doesn't really matter where we put it, but we're gonna put it in the furthest away slot. So here is the RAM. Like, this was dirt cheap, you know, the RAM, I think it was like 25 or something, you know. Yeah, I'm not sick anymore, as you can hear. I'm doing quite well, I would say. Oh, look, we got a sticker from G-Skill. But I don't care about that as of now. Come on, I just want the RAM to get out. And yeah. What you must be careful when you're installing RAM is just to see that this notch here and the one over here, that they match, you know? Right here you maybe have some issues to see, but you can see there is like a part there. So you must be sure that, if, for example, if I want to put it like this, you can see that it will mismatch. Like here is the notch on the RAM, here is the notch on the board. So I have to turn it around. Man, this sticker feels like shit, but whatever. And you press down and it will do a click. You've heard it? It did a click. And here you can see the difference. Okay, and this is secure. Like I can hold it by this. It doesn't go anywhere, you know. Okay, so as said, I don't know what version does this motherboard have. So to solve that issue, so to speak, I'm gonna put in the Ryzen 2700 that I have in my test PC. And I will also need the GPU because I don't have an integrated graphics with that. So this is the wrong processor. So for AMD, AM4, you have to put this up. Then you take your processor. You must be careful that you don't touch the pins here, like the end part. And now when it comes to AMD, you must put Ryzen writing like this. Can you see it? It has to be written from top to down. You just sit it gently. then you try to move it a little bit. And once it doesn't move, you just push this down. And this locks this stuff in place. But as I said, I will not be testing. Like, I will just put something to cool this down. Because I won't be actually using this. This is just to see which version of the BIOS we have. And what I'm gonna need some power. I will jumpstart the PC by finding which pins to connect. It's probably here in COM. And I need also a graphics card for the signal. And I will also show you on screen what you will be seeing, okay? So let me grab the cable. Okay, so here is an HDMI. I'm gonna need the power supply. And we are gonna need something to cool the processor and the graphics card. And I need so much stuff. And hello, Ben Sanis, how are you doing? Well, I'm not sure if you traveled to 2018 because the processor I will be installing in is a Ryzen 5700G, which was released a little bit later, I would say, you know. I think in 2020 or 2021. But yeah, the motherboard is a B450. And by the way, it's nice seeing you. By the way, have you ever been on any of my streams or is this your first time, you know? And here is something I bought for my testing PC. Because I have a bad power supply, I bought one for 40 euros. So I'm gonna test with this, okay? Okay, so let me open the power supply. It's nothing special, you know, it's not modular, but it's from a reputable mark, you know, it's not like Gigabyte, so it will not catch on fire. Or at least I hope it won't. I guess I can show you how it looks like opening a power supply, since I showed you how it looks like opening here a motherboard and stuff and shit. Don't move. I'm just removing the peel now. Here you can see some statistics, you know, or like characteristics rather, you know, not statistics, but I guess I made the point clear. And look, I've received air. Look, I wanted the air. I'm just kidding. So this is the power cord, you know, Europe. So we have the whatever DIN standard or EN standard is that. And here we have the power supply unit. Okay, the cables are flat. And here we have a fan, you know, nothing special. I'm gonna undo this. Oh, we got even some cable ties and some screws. You know, which is always nice. And I look at this packaging, look, it's just self-standing, you know, like, I don't know, you could put something in here, I don't know, it looks odd. Like when I bought a better power supply, it came into a fabric bag, you know. But I guess for cheap ones, this is also good, you know. I guess my room will be a mess after I'm done with this video, you know. Okay, so graphics card. We're gonna need a graphics card. I said also I will need access to a keyboard and mouse. I guess I will put the power supply on this side here, so that's not in the way. We must plug in the 24, or is it 20? I think it's 24. So this is, you know, the main power supply for the motherboard, which goes in here. Did it click? It hasn't clicked yet. Now it clicked. You can see that it is properly connected. The clip is over the hinge there. So we will have power. Also we need some power here for the processor. And where is that power? You can check it's just written CPU. If it was written PCI, it's for the graphics card. Okay, I want to get you apart because we have just one and not two. And it is you, I think. Okay. So here we have stuff ready. Now we need the graphics card, the set, because I just want to see what version of BIOS we have. Okay. I'm gonna use the RX 460, nothing fancy, just doesn't require any power connectors. So I need to put it here. We'll move the board a little bit to the left because the graphics card has this part that has to look over that side. Now I can connect in the... And I need a wireless connector. Wait, where is this? Here. So I have a wireless keyboard and mouse. And I just need to put in the dongle. Let's put it up here. And I guess I can move to this so that you will be able to see what will I see. Okay, so to power it on, I need also this cable. And hello, Dendrio157. Hello, how are you doing? And it's nice seeing you that you are new. So, is this your first time watching any of my streams? Like, I don't do much streams. Or at least not recently. But, you know, it's nice seeing you, man. What type of content are you into? Oh, look, Fedes, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, this is my finger for you. Look, Fedes, no, just kidding. 5, you know. I have 10 fingers. Oh man, I'm not an alien, huh? Okay, so I need something to cool the processor. Just to put something on it. Be right back. So for the cooling, I will be using a glass of water. So if we look down, hopefully it doesn't fall into the shit. We have a glass of water cooling the system. Because as I said, I just want to see which version of BIOS we have. Because from that it depends whether I need to install something better or not. Like, I'm pretty sure I will have to update the BIOS. That's why I have an older CPU inside, you know? And hello, Jagerowski, how are you doing, man? I guess you should wanna see the board when it starts. Well, it's nothing to see really when it starts up. Okay, so No, this is audio. Where do I have to start you? Did I? Why it doesn't start? It's COM1, and on COM1 I must have what to start. Let me Google that. So COM1 ASRock. No, I don't need to research. Yeah, well, I could just Google, you know, like I have the manual right here. Look, we'll just take a look at the manual, okay? Because I must see which one is the one to start. And it should be this one here. So the third and that pin. Okay, let me check. Is this even connected? Yeah, you know, showing off what not to show off, I guess. Oh, I guess what's the issue? I don't have a CPU fan connected and it doesn't like that and it will not start. So I will just plug the fan in and I think that should do the trick. Okay, where is the... Okay, so now the thing is connected. I guess this was the issue. Well, I guess we can have this aimed down there for now until we get it going. Also, we'll see the fan starting when we hit the right thing. Maybe it's disconnected. Am I an idiot now or what? What is the issue? You have this in, you have that in, you have the power supplies in. What is the issue? You know, that's how things go. Oh, the power button, it's that too. Okay, so it is the third and fourth. Why it doesn't start up? Is this not fully inserted? Man, how stupid do I look right now, huh? How do I know that it is on? I think it is. Like I put it on and off a couple of times. Unless if it has some stupid sort of protection, but I don't think it has. Like everything is plugged in. I don't see what is the issue. And I have second thoughts about the power supply, not gonna lie. Well, there is the way how you can test if the power supply works or not. Okay, let me firstly remove this away. And to test that, you have to unplug the power supply. And now troubleshooting with gaming teacher live, you know, on stream. And I hate unhooking these connectors because they are big as fuck. So the way to connect this, I think it's third and fourth. Let me check. Short test. Yeah. And here we have to put a short inside 4 and 5. And I will get something, and then we will see if the fan will start spinning or not. Like I have the fan here. Wait, let me just adjust it. That you will be able to see at least something, I guess. This is the power supply. I need to short that stuff. For that, I will use a piece of wire. I have some wire here. You know, random piece of wire, because when you're grown up, things like that just seem normal. Don't I have some pliers here? Oh, here they are. Okay. Okay, so here I have one piece of wire. You know, we will bridge this, so to speak. So it has to be fourth and fifth. So number 4 and 5. 1, 2, 3. So the power supply works. You can see the fan turning. It just stopped. Okay, so I know that the power supply works. Okay, and I know that now it is on. Okay, I will plug this back in. Okay. Back to cooling. And now let's start this bad boy up, I guess. Am I connecting to the wrong cons? Oh yeah, I was an idiot. I was connecting it to the wrong stuff. Okay, now it should start. You can see the fan there, it's spinning. So I was starting with the wrong port. Okay, let's switch the view here. Let's get to here. We want to go into what? Yeah, I know it's not installed. I don't care what you're gonna do with that. I just want to get into BIOS to see which version we have. I have to lower this because it's a little bit... So yeah, I was being the cause that it didn't start. Silly old teacher. Yeah, currently it is doing that, yeah, because as said, I just wanna check what BIOS version we have, Jagerowski. I don't have a boot media, I know. I just want to... Can you restart? I just want to enter BIOS, you know? No, I'm an idiot. Here it is. I will reset it and hopefully it's delete to enter into this stuff. No, don't switch video out. Okay, let's do yes. And now we're into the BIOS. You can see here we have a Ryzen 10700, whatever. But I want to know which version of BIOS we have. For that, I will go into Advanced. So that I will know whether we have the right version. And the current BIOS version is... Wait. It's version 40p10. So it seems like we will have to update the BIOS, and to do that, firstly, I will have to go out of here. I will have to go to the website of this make. I didn't want to shut you down, come on. Yes, Philips, come on, just get... So I will show you how to download the BIOS and how to install that, you know. I said, you know, I said that I will have to install that. Come on, okay, now we need... So we have an ASRock. ASRock B450 HDV. That's what you write in. You go to their website, not to stuff they're selling. And here you go under support. You go under BIOS. And here we must select the newest BIOS. Okay? So we have 0.10, which doesn't support 5000 CPUs. But actually we need 5000 APUs, you know, so we're gonna download the newest version, which is this one. Blah blah blah. So I download, I say yes. Now the thing has downloaded. Here we must read how you do this. After updating the BIOS, all settings will be reset, blah blah blah, if whatever. Instant flash. So here basically, please extract the zip file to a USB key. So I have a USB key here just for, like, it's not just for that, but you know, I have one that doesn't have anything else. And while this process is going, it's very important that the you know, PC doesn't lose power, because if it does lose power, you can break your stuff. Like basically your motherboard, it's a piece of, it's just a paperweight, you know, a glorified paperweight. Okay, so in you go. So it says that I have to extract it to on a FAT32. So let me check properties, or rather I will go format. And here it's exFAT. Oh, I cannot do FAT because holy fuck. It's because of the size. Yeah, I will have to use a different key, a smaller one. Let's try this one here. It's an old stuff. I don't know what I have on it. Time we see. Oh, and here I have a B650. So here I updated my previous motherboard. So I'm pretty sure this is exFAT, whatever. Let me check. FAT32. Like, let me show this to you. You can see it's FAT32. So yeah, I will just put it in here. I put them, I threw them through the window, you know. I throw them through the windows then. Also, they will not catch fire, you know. And yeah, so downloads. Here we have to extract this. I do extract all. And here I move now this stuff to the USB. I wait for it. You even eject it, you know, by right-clicking on the bottom, and you do eject flash drive, because here you really don't want to mess anything up, okay? Now that I have done that, I move this to the side. I remove the USB and I start back the PC here. Where is the piece of wire? Here. Let me. No, there is input. There is input. Don't switch over. I told you there is input. Come on. The attention span on this per monitor is like 1 second. I just want to get into BIOS. I want to get into BIOS. Is it F2? I'm pressing F2 and delete. Okay, now we are in. Okay, so now guys, I plug in the USB. You can see it here. I plug it in. And now I will go into, well, let me find where we have to go. Thankfully, we can use a mouse. So we will go under advanced. And we will go under, wait, main. No, we shouldn't have here the option. OC tweaker. No, advanced. Tool. Instant flash. And here it will ask me, I will just disable this FTM. So where is this stupid FTM? This is something that Windows has. Disable. So we disable that, and now we can go under tool, we click the instant flash and we click yes. How do you mean no image file detected? Okay, so this is odd. I will go check what's the issue. So I will unplug the maybe I need to extract it directly onto there. Let me try that just in case. So wait. Okay, let's retry. We go back. Where is the piece of wire? Where is the piece of wire, man? I've lost it. Oh, here is the piece of wire. Oh, also at times it has specified positions where you have to put in the USB to update the BIOS. So I tried now a different position. Okay, now it didn't say no. Like I clicked and it's not responding yet. No image file. What does it mean that this is disabled? Okay, let me move to position 1. Like where I put in the motherboard. Fuck. No, it's not in a zip. I extracted, man. It's just not being recognized. Why do you say that you don't detect an image? I will just format the USB. Even though you saw that it's formatted to the right thing, we're gonna do a quick format, just in case. And hello Cedric, how are you doing, man? Like you can see here, it's extracted here, you know? But regardless, let's do a quick here... what is it called already? A format, you know? So format, we do FAT32 as it wants. Yeah, that's how it is, you know? Jagerowski, that's how it is, you know? So we are formatting the bastard. Okay, it's formatted in FAT32, you know? And now I'm gonna just add the thing that was extracted, okay? And I'm gonna eject it, like you don't see, but down here I will eject it just in case, so that nothing stupid happens, you know? And now we go back to this here. Why do you say that you couldn't detect the file, you know? It's not ISO, it's not exe. It is supposed to be, let me check. It's like some ROM, I think it's .rom, you know? Let me go check back to the manual. So here what we do, we go under Tool, Instant Flash, and we have extract the Z file after downloading that, have FAT32, press F2. Yeah, but I have that thing on, man, I have it, you know? Like, I guess maybe I can make an additional disk, or disk, you know, like USB. Oh wait, I have one USB that can... Like, it's old as fuck, but I guess it will do the job. This is my first USB drive ever. Because I downloaded it from here, man, you know? And then I just extracted the thingy, so it should be working. But you know, when it comes to PC, usually you have some shit, you know, that's going on. I guess it's a decent combination, Adrian. Like, I think that the CPU is stronger than the GPU, you know, so that you have an option like later down the road to upgrade the GPU, you know. But I guess it's a decent combination, you know, for like some entry level or mid. Like, it's hard to call, you know, what type of gaming you can do without an RTX card nowadays, you know, sadly. But it is decent, you know, it is a good combination. Just get 60 gigabytes of RAM at least, you know, or maybe 32 ideally, because it's dirt cheap DDR4, you know, currently. Blah, blah, blah. Let's try a different version of the driver, just in case. No worries, mate, you're most welcome. So now I will extract it, you know. Okay, but wait, does this support what I need it to support? So extract all, you click extract, and here where is the USB now? This is not the USB, I need it here. Oh, it's not detected, the USB. And here it is. So man, we have some stuff on it. But I guess we just need the drivers here, you know. Yeah, I did try to move out some of them. Like, I guess I could ask ChatGPT for that, you know. Blah 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 blah. Oh wait. Oh, that might be the issue. I have R4. Holy. Well, that could explain stuff. But that is so stupid. Oh man. This feels stupid, but hey. Okay, so we go under support. Well, at least now I know that we are not stupid, you know. Or rather we are, you know, but hey. Okay, so we extract here. And I will just put it on the new USB. So this one is the old one that we don't need. Let me also take the previous USB out. You know, that's something that happens when you're doing this sort of stuff, you know. You know, we have a saying in Slovene that to a living person, anything can happen, you know. And this just proves that, you know. But also, honestly, like I would expect them that regardless of the like revision 1, 2, 3, 4, that, you know, you should still have the same BIOS if you ask me, you know. But apparently not. Hey, Jagerowski, once when I was doing something on the whiteboard, people said, you know, not people, like I did a mistake and I said, oh man, I'm so stupid, you know. And then the students looked at me and were just like, but you know, but professor, if you are stupid, what are we then, you know? I laughed so hard, man, it was crazy. Like they were good students, you know. Okay, so now 10 times it is the charm, right? So let me start this. Where is the... Ah, now I lost again. Oh, no, here it is. Okay, let me... Okay, tool. Oh, now it works. Look, guys, now it works. Now you just click and you don't touch anything, you know? You do not touch anything. I will just have a drink because I'm now a little bit thirsty. Because if something happens now, your motherboard is as good as that. By the way, Cedric, this is your first time watching my stuff, or also if you have any questions you can ask, you know, like I'm a teacher by profession, but currently I don't teach, and I'm from Slovenia. So if you have any questions or anything, man. So where are you from, if I may ask? Like my viewers are mostly from Europe. Like 90% I would say are from Europe. Also, guys, is the quality all right and everything? Oh, that's cool. So you're from over the pond. And you like PC stuff, I guess? By the way, if you like PC content, I made some videos like reviews of older GPUs. And I don't know, showcasing Crossfire. I bought a 30 euro PC, let's say a $30 PC, and I checked how good it is and stuff like that. So I have some content that I think you might be interested in, you know. So if you have time, or when you have time, and if you have the will, you know, you can check that out, man, you know. Like I don't try to rush stuff. Yeah, this is sadly my camera, you know, Jagerowski. I cannot help it, you know, like I promise you that with the first YouTube money, I will buy a good camera, okay? What was that? What was that? Oh, I don't like what I saw. Did it finish? To me, it didn't look like it finished. Please, don't be dead. Don't be dead. Okay, it's alive. It's alive. That gave me a good scare, you know. Yeah, I will check it, man. Just let me... Man, this thing scared me, you know. Let me just restart it. Hopefully I'm in the BIOS now. Come on. Why do you say no video out? Okay, let me go check now. Advanced or other tools. And now we should... Why do you shut off? Why do you shut off? Okay, I will assume our BIOS update was successful. So now I'm gonna put in the actual processor and we're gonna install Windows, okay? So firstly, I will disconnect everything from the power. So firstly, I will disconnect the power supply. Or rather, first let me disconnect the USB and remove the ad hoc cooling solution. Now that this is unplugged, I will try to start the board once more so that it discharges and then we start touching it back again, okay? Okay, I think it's discharged now. So let me go back to this. Okay, so I don't need to disconnect the power supply. I will just disconnect here, rather remove the... Ah, you are hot as fuck. I guess my cooling solution was not working. Yeah, well, I know it's not ideal, man, but I thought, you know, like I just needed to cool down for the BIOS to be updated. I have here the actual cooler, man. Like, don't judge me, you know. It's just like I didn't feel like cleaning the thermal paste and everything, you know. Okay, so I think I have to actually install the cooler now because I'm not sure if the BIOS was updated properly because maybe the chip overheated and it shut down because of heat. So yeah, let's do that. All the fun things we have to do, you know. Like I saw this from a friend of mine, you know. He was using that like as an actual cooler for his processor, you know. Like it was not his main PC, it was like a server sheet or something, you know, but yeah. But as I said, I will now install the cooler properly and we're gonna check if the BIOS is now updated as it should be. Okay. And after we are done with this, it means I can finally install the actual processor. And also that I can install the... Okay, so since I haven't used this cooler yet, it still has some thermal paste on it. Actually, I think I will... Yeah, no, just use it. Okay, whatever. So we're gonna place it like this. And when you're screwing, you want to screw in a crisscross pattern and not all the way at once. So you just do partially one side. Oh, wrong. It's the wrong screw. We have to on this. A couple of rotations here, then we go to the opposite one. A couple of rotations there. Then we move to... You didn't grab. Okay, now we do a couple of rotations here. A couple of rotations there, you know. Like when it comes to Intel and stock coolers, it's much easier, you know, you just clip them in. Okay. So we have learned that Ryzen doesn't like water cooling when you're working with it in BIOS. Okay, so now we have everything back connected. Let me now go check. Oh man. Well, I guess you could make a meme, guys, and post it in my Discord, you know? Okay, so let me... Where is the shitty? Where is the stupid... Oh, here is the piece of... Like, I'm looking for this. Oh, wait, you're here. Okay, let me... Well, if the cup was out of metal, it would be much better than out of glass, but you know. We have to work with what we have, you know. Okay, let me now check if we have the right version. Wait, we should see here. We have the P1042. This is the same one we wanted to install, right? If I recall correctly. Let me just check here on the other PC. Yeah, P42 is the right one. So I did this. I didn't need to install the cooler. Holy fuck. Okay, let's shut down this bad boy. Yes. Get off. So I installed the cooler without any reason, you know. We managed to update it even though it like kind of looked like it died. It didn't. Okay, so now I will firstly have to disassemble the actual PC, not that PC, sorry. Let me firstly remove the graphics card. We're not gonna need that anymore. So you have to unplug here until it gets out. So the RX 460 can go to sleep. Thank you for your service. Okay, so Cedric, I take it back. You know, my cup cooling worked. You know, I didn't need to do the fan. You know. Okay, so now we must. Firstly, I must get the other processor out. Okay, it will take me some time because it's still in the motherboard. But I will not be showing that to you because, or maybe I can show you a little bit. I'm not sure. But yeah, the cup cooling did work, you know. It got us to update the BIOS. And that's all that matters to me, you know. Oh, oh man. You remember how I showed off the screw driver? Now all of the bits fell off because it didn't secure tightly the butt. Oh, okay, so maybe I can show you a little bit of that. Let me check if I can manage to capture it. But how? This is the maximum length. So here I have to remove the processor from there because I was benchmarking it. And you will get that video hopefully this week. So weekend. So I'll just remove it from here. Don't worry, it's not connected to anything. So when removing, you do that pattern again. So now it doesn't really matter, but you know, it's still, in general, it's a good tip. You want to rotate it a little bit because they have a bad habit of sticking to the cooler. But thankfully my processor is in there, so yeah. I must also make space inside here now. So let's move back to here. And I feel so sad that I screwed in the cooler because I didn't have to. But okay, you know. Okay, so we will just put new thermal paste and that's it. Well, I guess it's better because the after like the general thermal paste they put, like, it's good enough, but you know, the stuff you buy, it's usually better, you know. And you know to which step we will follow after we remove the CPU? The hardest step of PC building, installing Windows. And I'm just kidding. Okay. So the good thing is I can just move this this processor to there and back, because I'm gonna use this processor, because this is like my benchmarking processor, you know? And, okay, firstly, let's clean them. So we don't see much. Let me actually push this back down so that it doesn't move. Here I'm using alcohol swabs, you know? So who is still watching, I wonder? Okay, Jagerowski is watching. Why did you remove the message, man? What did you say? But I'm really sad, you know, that I wasted the good thermal paste on the cooler with this. But hey, it is as it is, you know. Oh, no, 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 don't turn on! Don't turn on! Okay, my second PC just started. That was very stupid. It feels like, oh, how many things can go wrong for me? All of them, you know, all of the list. And here it is, the star, Ryzen 5 700G. Hope you can see it. The focus is a bit fucked on this camera, but yeah. So we put it in. Again, drop it gently. Shake it a little bit. I still have some thermal pastes left over here, but I'm gonna add a little bit on there, you know? Just a tiny bit, because we have already some thermal paste left. And yeah. After that, we're gonna start with Windows install, you know? So who all of you has already installed Windows? Also, Jagerowski, you know that if you get a second-hand CPU, you could upgrade your gaming PC quite a lot, you know? Like if you could get a 3400G or something similar, you know? Okay, so this goes up like this. And we screw it in using the cross pattern again. Sorry, I moved the camera. So the nice things about these coolers is that once they are tensioned enough, they stop. You cannot overdo it, which is nice. Okay. So now we need the Windows install. If I recall correctly, I have Windows on... I'm not sure, maybe it's this disk. So we're gonna stick it in. Let's put it here in USB 3. And now let's move back to this screen, Okay, let me... Oh man, don't do anything stupid. Thank you. Like, I like how things went all wrong, whenever possible. Is it just me, or also you people have the same luck that whenever you're trying something, everything that can go wrong will go wrong, usually? That's nice. Racer. Also, hello, I don't remember seeing you before. Is this your first time on my stream? And tell us, what did you upgrade? What components did you get? Was it like a full system upgrade, like a new system, or was it just some components? Because AMD is good for that, because, you can just upgrade certain stuff with, just upgrading the processor and keeping the same motherboard, maybe adding some more RAM and so on. Let's see now if I actually have Windows on this stuff or not. OBS Studio disconnected? Guys, is the stream down or some shit? Oh man, that is a very nice build, not gonna lie. I like that you went with the 9070 XT, because I think it's a very, very good GPU, Okay, thank you, Jagerowski, for letting me know. So I don't know why it happened. Oh wait, I don't have anything connected. How was I expecting to see anything, man? Lol. Now we should be able to see some stuff. Hopefully, if we have Windows on the USB. So now I don't see any picture, because I think the issue is didn't switch to the integrated. Oh, it switched to the integrated graphics. So now we just say no, whatever here, come on. And now we see. No, apparently that is not the Windows drive. Because otherwise it should have started already. I guess I have Windows on this USB then. Oh, boot. We have generic, and let's go with that. And we can exit. No, boot priority, it's wrong. This should be moved up. Because we want to install from there, and now I go exit, I do save and change exit. And so Reeser said, you know, very nice combination, really like the GPU you selected, you know. And the CPU, even though it's not the 9800 X3D, it's still a very, very powerful processor, you know. Come on, let's start installing Windows. You see the thing blinking up top? I'm not sure if this is a good, because we should see like a circle stuff here. I'm not sure what is happening currently. Oh, so this is for my parents. Okay, it's Windows, it's starting, so it's good. So this is for my parents. It's nothing special. It's my X5700G with 16 gigabytes of RAM, you know. Because I had issues with the processor, because whenever I used, like, this is so stupid, man. Like, at first it worked everything fine. After 1 year and something, it started hanging and didn't know what it was, and I narrowed it down to the processor. Uh, so I upgraded to a Ryzen 7000 series, but I still had like this powerful processor laying around, and I was just like, you know, I could give that to my parents, you know. So because it works fine as long as you're using the integrated graphics, you know. But as a gamer, the Vega 8, it's long past, you know, like it's still usable, but you know, it's not ideal, you know. Okay, so here we do next. Oh, actually, can you even see anything what's written here, man? So let me maybe get closer. So I just selected the languages. Holy fuck, this is so bright. Windows. Why? Or actually the camera is so shit. But basically, language is English to install. Time and currency and keyboard is Slovene. And now we press next. We do install now. I will say that I don't have a key yet, and we will solve that. Not sure if that's to share. Actually, you don't need to give anything in. You just have the watermark there, you know. So I will select the Windows 10 Pro. We select next. Well, that's interesting, man, you know. So whatever we just do here, because we just have one disk and doesn't... yeah, what? Okay, we will do custom because something apparently it's not right. Okay, we do next. And now it is installing. Well, I guess I can drink the water that was used to cool the processor earlier, you know. Actually, it's quite warm, you know, not gonna lie. Well, you know, I don't play such games where I would need to have 100% utilization. I haven't checked. But yeah, you know, it's still good to know that stuff, you know. Like you were losing some performance, so to speak, you know. So we did overcome some issues, like firstly trying to install the wrong ROM on the motherboard. Uh, I also was trying to start it with shortening the wrong pins, which are like for communication, but they have the same layout in my defense, you know, so... And hello 12ZX, I'm doing alright, what about yourself? Also, as you can see, man, I'm busy doing Windows stuff, you know. Well, glad to hear that, man. By the way, people, if you could drop a like, it would help a lot, you know. And also, if you like this, maybe I could make some builds where I put together the stuff I have, you know, like an actual gaming PC, because this is not a gaming PC, you know, this was just, you know, like to... Actually, I have an idea what I can do, you know. But let me just finish this first, okay? And then we can install a new power supply in my test bench, install back the CPU, and install in a new GPU for the next time, you know? Yeah, that's because of your graphics, Jagerowski. You are using the Ryzen 2200G, if I recall correctly, right? By the way, Stan, are you looking? This is how you install Windows, you know? So, since my parents... Can you stop this? Oh, wait, I should have... Are you kidding me? I should have removed the USB, you know? Uh, okay, thank you, man. Bon appetit, whatever. What will you be making? And yeah, I wish you the same. Like, are you from America, like the States, or where are you from, man? No, this is not good. We don't want to install Windows again because we have installed it. So it means I have to remove the USB. But man, do I hate Windows for that. Like Linux does it a much better job, you know. Before it restarts, it will tell you to remove the USB. So you don't have any issues. Like now, Windows would like to install it again. But as you can see, it's installed. Oh, Microsoft, Microsoft. Oh, well, seems like this type of content, it's pushed towards the Americans mostly. Interesting to know. And thank you, and I do hope that you will enjoy your roasted chicken a la Alfredo, you know? I don't want to deal with this anymore. FTM PSP. You too, man. Thank you. So we can see that it's detected. What is this FTPM? Let me Google that stuff, you know? Let's do can we do a reset? Yeah, I don't know what this issue is, Jagerowski. I've never come across it, you know. But I guess that's boring to you, so I will just shut this down and I will rather install my benchmarking PC, you know. Boot number lock, what is Yeah, I said I will be exploring this issue on next day. You don't want me to... What do you mean it's fun? It's dead, Jagerowski, man. My man, it's dead. Like, what would people want to see? Or maybe it's that. Let's see if this solved the issue or if it fucked it properly. Hopefully this resolved the issue, man. Just a moment. Oh yeah, it's Slovenia. Well, for privacy reason, I will just make you watch the pen spin. Okay. But after I'm done with this, I will, as said, I will build my... pen goes brrr. So yeah, the Windows is now installed. But as said, I will just, you know, shut it down now. And I will put together a good PC, you know. Because I will need that for benchmarking. So who is still watching? Jagerowski and who else is watching? Like, I know that this topic might not be the cup of tea for everybody, you know. But since Ufi couldn't join, and I thought, you know, why rush Minecraft because I'm already a lot ahead regarding to what I need to do there. And, you know, I just got the stuff home, you know, and I like to tinker with PCs, you know. Come on, come on, come on. But, you know, to wait for Windows to do anything, oh man. Yay, it's installed. Okay, so now we shut this down. Okay, and now we're gonna need... Wait, let me do this. Because we're gonna play with this. I guess if I work here, you will be able to see some stuff. So I guess that's a good compromise. First, let me finish this here though. So I just unplug. Like this is not yet finished. I still have to install some stuff, you know, like Word and drivers and so on. But I will do that another time, not today. And I'm gonna put this into the bag it came with because it's anti-static. This is this bag here. I'm gonna put it in. Oh, without the USB though. Have you seen? I forgot the dongle. So yeah, basically most of it, like the PC for my parents, is mostly ready. Should I put it like that, sideways? I guess, yes. Okay. So here it is, and this will have to wait some better times for me to finish it. But it's too tall now for the box, so I'm gonna put it elsewhere. Just a second. Okay, so now we go to mount this power supply into that case, as well as the processor, repasting it because, you know, I will need to install it again. Let me move that aside. Let me move that away. We're gonna need it. Oh, what second mouse? Welcome back, and no, the fire hasn't happened, and then you should have watched. I went over installing Windows. You know, that's something you will have to do soon, right? So yeah, let me firstly install the CPU back. So here is the CPU that we removed from earlier. We lift up the lever here. You grab the CPU on the side. Be careful not to touch the pins. You drop it with the inscription Ryzen. It has to be facing like down. You let it down, jumps into the position, and that's it. And now we put back the... No, we need thermal paste. So here we have some whole thermal paste. And I will do what I did earlier. I will just put some more here while we have some here already, you know. So we don't need as much. Like this, I just use one mouse. The second mouse is part of the wireless set, you know, Jagerowski. I have a keyboard and a mouse, you know. Like this is for the secondary PC when I'm benchmarking stuff, you know. While I use the wired ones for my PC, you know. So this is just to differentiate easier, you know. I set some thermal paste. Now we're gonna place it on the cooler again. Throw it all in a cross pattern. I wouldn't say that I'm rich, you know, I'm just allocating some money. Oh, like this is a hobby for me, you know, it's 10. And if you have any hobbies like firing with a rifle and so on, it costs money, you know. Well, I guess you could say so, Jagerowski. Okay, where is the screwdriver? Oh, here it is. So back you go, or rather in you go. Oh, holy fuck, I didn't even screw in that thing. Mistake, here I don't have clearance, I have to rotate this stuff. And you can see that the thermal paste, it's spread already, it's not that much thermal paste, you know? Also, this thing has to be like here on this motherboard because of the stupid RAM slots. Oh, I lost a bit. Yeah, you should screw in a cross. Oh, you started playing The Witcher 3. That is a gorgeous and beautiful game. Well, just enjoy it, don't rush it, you know. What's wrong with games, Jagerowski? Don't you spend like a lot of time playing games and now you're being smart to Stan? Like how he should spend his time? Also, I don't see what's wrong with playing games, you know, Jagerowski. Okay, so now we're gonna exchange the power supply. Firstly, I will disconnect everything. And now that everything is disconnected, I need to remove the screws there. I guess he's just trolling you, but yeah, just don't rush it, you know, Stan. Take your time, enjoy the game, explore stuff. Don't just rush the main story, okay? Because the game, it's very well made, you know. There is a lot of stuff to research, to do, you know, secondary missions, and play Gwent. Don't skip on Gwent. Some people skip Gwent, but like Gwent is half of The Witcher, man. I'm not even kidding. You know, Gwent is like half of the game. Okay, this is the old power supply. What the fuck is that? Wait, do I have... Like, there is some random connecting. I don't know what it connect... Oh, it's the RGB thingy, okay. Like, here I have a Molex. Let me actually show that to you. So that's how it looks like now that it doesn't have... Wait. Oh, wait, because I changed the angle, I cannot get it out now, right? I see. So I remove the power supply, and here I have this random cable. And it's just a Molex for the thingy there. Okay, let me put you back here. Out with the old, in with the new. So the new power supply. You must check that the holes align properly. There. Like I can see that it has to be a little bit moved for me to be able to install it. So I have to hold it with one hand. I will put in some screws with my fingers. Oh, you've done the tutorial already, Stan? With the Griffin? Watch him drop the camera and face reveal. No, man. Don't you think don't, like, you think so bad of me, man. Now I see that you don't see much. But basically I'm just screwing this stuff up. And now I need to secure these two screws. Well, you think very poorly of me, guys, I must say. So now we have here a bunch of cables. Firstly, I will connect the processor, so it has to be written CPU. Here we have now two, because earlier I only had the one. It has to face upwards. Then we have here the main power supply, you know, the motherboard, the 24 pin, which goes in there. Okay, it's in. And last but not least, we have also to connect the SATA power. So here on top we have a disk drive, and here on the bottom I have a disk. Oh, we have a Molex, so actually we can have the stupid RGB thingy. Lol. Yay, RGB for the win, you know. Let me just connect here this in. And now we need the GPU. I'm going to get it out. And here is the graphics card. And here I have to install screws to hold it in. And I will just try to see if it works. And then this will be it for the stream, you know. Because it's getting late already. And tomorrow I have a long day, you know. Okay. Back. Where is the screw? We'll just face to the there. Okay, found the screw. Moment of no. The system starts. Now we see what we get here. No, don't tell me no whatever, because I know you have whatever you need. You can see the thing is live. Oh! Why do you say no video output? Oh, Arsenal of Gaming, guys. And hello, Protogen2K. Well, I guess you were quite lucky to get that good of a benchmarker, you know, or rather, you know, you won the Silicon Lottery. I'm just testing now if this it's working or not. And yeah, it looks like it's working. I will just run some testing to see how the GPU performs. I guess we can run Horizon Zero Dawn. I think that is quite a demanding game. Or maybe Metro Exodus, you know. Oh man, I'm an idiot. I will have to install new drivers because I don't have the drivers for it, so yeah. Yeah, I know that they released the 5800 XT and also the 5900 XT like 1 year ago or some shit like that. But okay, I said, I don't think it will work because I need to because we need to put the drivers, you know. We don't have the drivers yet because last time I was using this to benchmark integrated graphics. So that sure will not do well. Let's go to AMD's website. What GPU do you use, Protogen 2K, if I may ask? Yeah, I know, like the 8700G is very powerful. Oh, you have, well, this is the normal 5000 RX 58, you know? The 2048 one, it's the one that you should mention, that stream processors, you know? The one you have, it's the normal one. Ah, well, then it is like the RX 570 something, you know? Okay, so I want to find my driver. So we are talking about graphics. RX 6000, 6600 XT, it's the one. Submit. Oh, we're on Windows 10. So just to see how it works, you know. What was the stock clock? Isn't it like 1400 something or 1300 something? I guess depends on the model, you know. Like I know that Sapphire had some very good stuff. Okay, so you gained an additional 123 megahertz. Oh, ASRock. They're also good, you know. You know, the fans don't spin because they don't need to spin yet. But yeah, I was putting earlier together a PC for my parents. Yeah, that's a 600, 6000 XT. I got it from a miner. And I intend to do... yeah, I have it on. Like, it's called Rebar, but it's on. Like Rebar for Intel, yes. For AMD is SMA something, yeah. But this is not as crucial, you know, like for Intel card, you really need to have that stuff on, you know. But yeah, it's on, don't worry, man. So yeah, earlier I was putting together a PC for my parents because I had the Ryzen 5700G. Why I had that, it's like a long story. But the point is that 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 processor, sorry. Wait. Okay, we will do it again and we will do custom install. I don't know why it failed. And the issue I had was that after some time, the processor didn't want to play along any of the GPUs, and I was not sure what was the issue. And after, you know, diagnosing it quite along, I decided, okay, it's either the processor or the motherboard. And I just decided, you know, to upgrade to Ryzen 7000. And later I bought a Ryzen 1200 for 10 euros just to test it out, and I confirmed that it was the processor that was the issue, you know. Yeah, like it was crazy, man. I reinstalled Windows. I installed the latest BIOS. I reinstalled Windows. I reinstalled Windows on a different drive. You know, I tried a lot of things, always the same result. But the processor, if it works as an APU, it's totally fine. No issues there, you know. Yeah, but the iGPU on the AM like 900, 600X, it's shit, you know. You just have two compute cores, you know, there. Come on. Oh, really? No, my pins were all right. Okay, here we will do custom install. Well, interesting. Well, I just installed the 5700G, so I will not be taking it out just to check the pins. But from what I saw, you know... Yeah, I know, but the thing was, it was really driving me crazy, you know, with all that diagnosing, you know, and not finding the culprit, you know. And I said, I was like thinking either it's the CPU or the motherboard, and I was just like, okay, I can buy a new CPU, or rather, I can buy a new motherboard, okay? I can buy a B550. It's like 100 euros, okay. But if I'm wrong, I need to buy also a new processor, which is like additional 200 euros. And I was just like, man, for 300 euros plus, couldn't I just give a little bit more and get a new system? And that's what I did, you know. And the funny thing is that I wasn't putting that processor out, I just installed it and it was in there, you know, and it worked perfectly for, I don't know, 6-8 months, and then it started doing issues, you know. So I think that it was the controller for the PCI that was giving out or something, you know. Yeah, I know, but it's annoying. And yeah, as said, this bad boy, I got it from a miner, and I intend to make some content about that, you know, like should you buy from miners, and also I need this for benchmarking stuff, you know, because I try to make PC stuff, and otherwise the only good GPU that I have, it's a GTX 1060 3GB, which is quite old. I mean, I have in my system, I have the RX 7800 XT, but I don't feel like moving that shit in and out. You know, reinstalling drivers, having some issues with my my system. So yeah, Yeah, this was mining coins, yeah, Stan. Okay, I'm gonna leave this here and I'm gonna just go grab something to drink. Okay. Is it stable? Or I guess you can watch the fan, look. You will be watching the fan. Rather the radio. Wait, maybe you can watch the fan from here. So that we don't do any face reveal or some shit too early, okay? Is it stable? It is kinda stable. Be right back, just a second. No, water. Okay, I'm back. Oh, really? And where are you from, if I may ask? Okay, and now we have the software installed. And we're gonna benchmark it with... Oh, Argentina! That's cool, man. I don't think we have any Argentinians as of now. And also, aren't PC components where you live like very expensive, or like the salaries are low compared to what they cost? Also, I had some relatives from Argentina. Like they lived in I don't know in which part they lived, but the children moved to USA and the parents moved back to Slovenia. You know. Yeah, we have some Brazilian dudes. That's okay, guys. Let's go try benchmark. Common, where is it? Not God of War, Metro Exodus. Let's just see this one. And we will just set it to extreme, I guess. We can try extreme. Let me also start MSI Afterburner. I know what you're gonna say, Stan. I can tell you like what it was. So basically, the actual relative was the wife, and she moved there after him because like during the war he was mobilized into the Italian police or some shit like that, and after the war he escaped. Rather, he was working in Italy for some time, but he was being prosecuted because of what he was supposed to be doing during the war. Like he maybe stayed up to 53 or some shit, and then he moved to Argentina and she followed suit. Or maybe it was a bit... No, it must have been later, you know? Because like the children were born in the 70s, so maybe it was like in the 60s. Okay, so this is on. Let's do extreme. Do you think extreme will run? Let's see if it will run on extreme. I'm not sure on what to set it up, but I guess this is good just to see if it works, you know? I don't know why it doesn't start up. That is odd. I think the benchmark crashed. Yeah, we should probably try to do that. Like I think it had the option to reboot. So I just, I'll tab and do the here restart. So let's restart and see then. Yeah, we got quite a lot of new viewers today, I would say. So we got Prototype, then we got... What was his name? He had a green picture. Cedric? No, Cedric and also Ricer. And hello CC 2224. This was the mining card. But I will not be installing any stuff like that, These are made for games, these are made for games, not for mining. Okay, let's just try Ultra, not Extreme. I feel like it's the same shit. Why it doesn't wanna start? Oh, wait. That was a little bit dangerous. And maybe Stan would have gotten what he wants. But I don't see why it's having issues with the game, like... It will not open the task menu like that, right? Oh, it's starting. I'm not sure. Okay, so I would say that the GPU it's doing quite well, like it's being almost fully utilized. And we are getting above 60, around 70 FPS. And also it looks decent, Like I'm not sure how you see good with the camera, because, the camera it's like shit. But yeah, So the graphics card works, I didn't get scammed. Also, look, it's using only 4 gigabytes. Okay, this is not the enhanced edition, but still it's nice to see, Yeah, we should add temperatures for the graphics card, like for the processor you have it's 48. Maybe it's a little bit hard to see. But for the graphics card we could add, but look man, just look at the size of this cooler, man, this is so thick. I don't think it should get warm, I think maybe above, definitely it's below 70, maybe even below 60, Okay, the FPS dropped a little bit now. It depends on the scene, I guess. Man, I did this benchmark with the integrated graphics on the 5700G, and trust me, man, like this looks actually gorgeous. That thing there just looked like shit, but you know. And as you're interested into the temperature of the graphics card, let me go do that as well. Okay, and let's go. Well, I guess we can run Heaven benchmark, come on. I guess this will not stress it at all, you know. Well, we will see. I don't think it will go above 75, you know. Also, it still has the thing on, you know. You see it here. It wasn't tampered with. Like the guy I bought it from, he wasn't even that savvy with PCs, you know. Like it was another dude that set this stuff up for him, you know. He was like a sports guy, you know. He wasn't into technology. Like I asked him some stuff, he didn't know the answers, so. But I wonder what's up with all the loading times. Maybe because I switched the processors? Or maybe World of Tanks, it's you know, it's updating in the background, you know, that's also an option. But yeah, I'm just doing this to see the temperature of the graphics card, you know, and that's it. Look at here, do you recognize it? Arctic MX6. I have it too. Man, it's not like they sell only in Argentina, you know. Will you start now? I don't like that you still have this. Nope, it doesn't want to start. I guess I will have to reinstall some drivers, or maybe even reinstall Windows, because as I said, I switch the CPUs, and it might not like that. You know what? Let's just try once again this benchmark. Like we know it works, so let's do extreme now, okay? We just want to see the temperatures, right? Nothing else. What do you mean that paste is a better option than? Yeah, I don't know why it takes so long. I said I can just maybe reinstall Windows, but not now, you know. I already installed Windows once today, so it was enough. Where is the afterburner? MSI. Come on, pop up MSI. And the temperature of the GPU, it's 61 degrees. And now it's being fully utilized. Both fans are spinning, as you can maybe see. But yeah, it's 60, look. 60, 61 was the most I saw, so... I said, it's a thick cooler, man, look at it. It's a thick cooler, and we have 1, 2, 3 heat pipes. And then we have also, I don't know what size they are, they look like maybe 90mm fans or even bigger, so yeah. For sure, for sure. Like also, if you overclock it, man, you know, you can even undervolt it, you know. That's something I think people a lot of times forget, you know, that there's also undervolting, you know, most people just go, you know, sliders to the right, done. But yeah, as I said, this is it, guys. Thank you all for joining me and having me, or rather, I had you on my build for the PC, and also now for testing of this GPU. Sorry. It was a nice change of pace. Also, it seems that it attracted quite a lot of people, so I might do this again. And Protogen, please, if you like PC stuff, check my channel out. I have quite some PC content there, you know. And for everybody else who watched, I would like to thank you all for watching, keeping me company. And I will see you all on the battlefields. Gaming teacher, out. Oh, wait, I have to stop the stream here.